Hey guys, today we're going to be working on recall using a long line. So the reason why we have a long lead is because if they don't come, we can give a little tug, and when they turn around, we can mark that behavior and reward them when they come back to us. One of the things I like to do also is to mark the behavior that they give me naturally. Like when we play fetch, when we're playing chase and we're running around. Whenever my dog is coming back to me, I will mark that as come, because I know she's already coming to me, and when she gets here, I can reward her. Come. Yes. Come. Yes. The reason why I also like to use a ball or playtime is because I know that my dog is going to go away from me, which gives me the opportunity to call them back. If we just stand here, she's not going to go anywhere. So I need something to make her get distracted so that I can call her back. So we'll wait till she gets distracted, which is kind of like a real life scenario, and then I'll call her then. It's very important that you're practicing your dog's recall inside the house also. If your dog is not going to come to you when called inside your home, you're not going to get it out here at the park where there are birds, squirrels, and other people. Lovely, come. Yeah. Good, come. Good girl. Come. Yes. Good job. Some people like to put their dogs into a sit, walk away, and ask their dog to come. That's not a bad way to teach them how to come when called, but it's not the best way, and it's not the way you want to rely on, because if you always ask them to come when called, when they're seated, they're already focused on you, so they're more likely going to come when called. In the real world, when you want them to come when called, they're probably immersed in the grass, or they're playing with other dogs, or they're doing something where their attention is not on you. It's not ideal to stick to that way, but it's not bad if you do that here and there. Come. Yes. Come. Yes. Another thing you can do when you're working on recall is keep your regular leash in your hand and kind of just take a few steps back and ask your dog to come. As they come towards you, mark it, reward it. Come. Yes, good girl. Come. Yes, good girl. If your dog is having a hard time recalling here at the park, then try a less distracting environment. Make sure that your dog is coming when called inside the house first, and then you can gradually work around the neighborhood and more distractions after that. Say come once. Honestly, I really don't care if you say it a second time, but I really don't want to hear come, 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 over and over and over, because then your dog is like, I don't feel like doing it. I don't know what you're saying. You're not reinforcing it. It must not be important. Get a long lead. This lead here is probably about 15 feet. I also have a 50-foot leash, but if your dog can't come when called at 6 feet away, don't buy the 50-foot lead and then practice when your dog is 50 feet away. So start small, start at 6 feet, go to 10 feet, 15, 20, work up to 50. A lot of times a dog won't come when called because you're either not as valuable to them as what they're currently invested in, like playing with another dog, sniffing the grass, doing something like that, or because they know every time you've called them, you've taken something away from them, like it's time to go home from the park, so let's go, come. The dog has something in their mouth that you're trying to take from them, you say come, and so they know that every time I come to you, you end up taking something from me. So a lot of times people call their dog when they need the dog to come. So like the dog ran out of the door, they call the dog then. They only call the dog when they need them. So if you only call them when you need them, you didn't really build up the strength or train them to come when called beforehand. The dog is not going to have a solid recall if the only time you've asked them is when you actually needed it. Alright, so that's just a few quick tips on working on recall. I'm going to go play with my dog, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!